few things. Everybody been checking out the internet. My man Katt Williams. First of all, I just want to say, we shot that movie over 20 years ago. So, people have different perspectives, and it's been a long time. I also want to say, every comedian that I've worked with, every comedian that I've put in a movie, I only put them in the movie because I thought they was funny. I thought they was perfect for the part. I tried to put them in a position to win. That's what it's all about, I look at from, Chris Tucker and Bernie Mac and Mike Epps, Katt Williams, Ricky Smiley, Michael Blackson, Cedric, Kevin Hart. All these guys I know are funny as hell. I didn't discover them. They were doing their stand-up or doing their thing, and I knew that they were great and that they could act, and that if I have an opportunity, I was gonna give them an opportunity. To me, that's what it's all about. As far as specific things, Katt was 100 on a few things. Most of what he was saying, a couple of things, I just want to clarify. When we bring in a new, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And Katt, said he wrote his role, which, the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was so dope in the movie. Money Mike had a small role, about as big as the Santa Claus role, but when we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role and giving him more to do because he was on point. When we shoot these movies, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it. The scripts are laugh out funny. But we shoot the script, but once we get what we need from the script, we let the comedians ad-lib, riff, play with the words, do their thing. We give them a take where they can, or 2, 3 takes where they can go off and do what they feel. Sometimes it makes the movie, sometimes it don't. When somebody gives you jewels, you want to try to make sure that makes the movie. So in the movie, there's second thing I want to clear up. I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they not raunchy. We did a movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that, we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff is in the movie is because you have 3 villains in Friday After Next. You have the Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon, just got out of prison. sweating Craig and Day for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, you know, a pimp that treats his woman, you know, like property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, you know, from the Joker brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus, and the only real way to get rid of the other two villains was to have them go against each other. And
get it? Everybody talk Money Mike. How did you come up with that and say, you know what, this is how he should dress, this is how he should talk, this is how he should look, this is the kind of whip he should ride, this is how he should talk?
So if you'll remember that was my first movie, just understand that what I did then, I've done with every single role, whether it was an Emmy-winning role or whether it wasn't, whether I was playing somebody homeless, whether I was playing a dirty vagabond on Atlanta, whether it was an eccentric guy in First Sunday, regardless of what the role is, the first thing I do is erase me from it.
Okay.
So anything that I would naturally do, that's what I'm not going to do because I'm playing a different character.
Okay.
Right. So I then create this person based upon real life circumstances. So I don't have to wonder what a pimp thinks because I've been in that position for a little while. I also worked manual labor for some time in my life, so I don't have a problem paying somebody that works, and I don't have a problem being a go-getter because I'm a go-getter. So I bring whatever I can to these characters. I was able to, the first week that I got the script, there was a pimp guy that used to be a pimp, but he wasn't anymore. He was a rapper now, and his name was Mac Minister. And he had been a pimp and was going to be a rapper. And I had never done a movie before. I was a stand-up and I'm getting ready to do the movie. And so I was able to craft what a real pimp was like, what was too much. I didn't want to be stereotypical.
Right.
I did the research. I saw how many times people played pimps and they were always... It was always something weird about them,
right.
I guess, because it's a weird job, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I wanted somebody that didn't seem like none of that he really thought it was a business and treated it like that. And so, you know, adding those levels to acting is what all actors do if they're not Steve or Cedric or Ricky. Like, you're trying to create a character.
It's been a few days since Katt Williams' explosive interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast set the social media streets on fire on Wednesday. Reactions have been pouring in at monumental levels. If you've somehow missed the hubbub, let me summarize it for you in 4 simple words. Katt Williams chose violence? No, not physical violence, of course, but verbal violence in the form of setting the record straight and throwing truth bombs and straight up shots over the course of nearly 3 hours towards nearly every black comedian and a handful of black entertainers in Hollywood. While a handful of comedians have already issued their responses back to the next Friday after Next Star, it appears too little too late, as most folks online have chosen sides, and unfortunately for them, they're siding with Katt. Now, Shannon was been trying to get this interview with Katt Williams for a while now, and he said he just finally got lucky and got the interview at the end of 2023. In a recent episode of the Club Shay Shay podcast, hosted by Shannon Sharp, American comedian Katt Williams delivered what is already being hailed as the first contentious interview of the year. Over the course of 3 hours, Williams expressed his belief in the power of truth, stating the truth as the vanquisher of evil, that there is nothing to fear if one tells the truth. Ruffling feathers in the comedy world. That's exactly what's going on here. Now, known for his unapologetic and forthright demeanor, Williams did not shy away from expressing his opinions, which have historically caused friction within the entertainment circle, particularly among his peers in comedy. This time, his remarks seemed to cross a new line as he targeted fellow comedians Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, and Steve Harvey, to point out a few. One of the most shocking allegations made by Williams involved film producer Harvey Weinstein. He claimed that Weinstein made an inappropriate proposition, saying, "Suck my penis in front of all these people at my agency." This allegation adds to the myriad of controversies surrounding Weinstein. Accusations and rebuttals furthering stirring the pot, Williams revisited a long-standing grievance accusing Cedric the Entertainer of joke theft, criticized Cedric's comedy specials, remarking they're so bad, Shannon, that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. In a rebuttal on social media, Cedric addressed the accusations, asserting, "Regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims as his. I've been in over 40 movies. My specials and brand speaks volumes, for I am." Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's been in all these movies. Yeah, one joke can't sum up his career. I mean, I don't know why Katt is so disgruntled, but I wouldn't go on national TV and air out your grievances. But that's what he wants to do. I mean, it seems like 2024 is going to be a time where a lot of people are going to be exposed. 2023, a lot of people were exposed, but I think 2024 is going to be a lot different. The interview has undoubtedly sent ripples through the entertainment community, sparking discussions about the nature of truth, the dynamics of power in Hollywood, and the boundaries of public criticism among professionals. As the industry and fans alike digest Williams' remarks, the broader implications for his relationships and career remain to be seen. What is clear, however, is that Williams' penchant for candid, often controversial commentary continues to position him as a polarizing figure in the world of comedy and beyond. Yeah, I think that was one of the best interviews I've seen in a long time. But I don't know why a lot of entertainers, especially black entertainers, it's like we can't never get along. You got the rappers beefing with each other, and now you got the damn comedians going back and forth. But that thing with Ricky Smiley, I mean, he wouldn't have made a good pimp. His role was perfect as being a crackhead Santa Claus. That was a perfect role for him because he looks like a damn crackhead. And then Katt Williams, he made the perfect pimp. So I don't see what the problem is. But you guys leave your comments and tell me what you think. All right, I'm out.